What's up? It's Josh, making another video. I'm keeping this one short and it's going to be a little serious. I just found out just this past week that my Uncle Paul has passed away. Had a heart attack, had cardiac arrest in his house, and passed away in his house before he even made it to the hospital. I decided I wanted to make a video because I wanted to talk about the different way people handle death and deaths in the family. Me personally, I knew my Uncle Paul, but honestly I only seen him maybe like a handful of times, like 6, 7, 8 times. But at the same time, I still find myself feeling extremely sorry and sad about it. And it's not because I'm necessarily sad that he passed away, but it's more so like a feeling of empathy that I have for my other family members who were extremely close to him. Honestly, this past 2 weeks has been an extremely tough time for my family in general. My grandfather had a stroke over the summer. Early in the year, over the summer, he had a stroke. And just 2 weeks ago, he also had a relapse. And the relapse, what it did, the other side of his brain that wasn't damaged started suffering. He had to go back in the hospital, and it really wasn't that good. And recently, his condition got worse, and he started becoming delusional in the hospital. So he had to get transferred over to another hospital where they specialize in handling delusional people. It's an extremely tough time with my grandma. And my grandma was put in a unique situation. Like, she knows Uncle Paul. My Uncle Paul's my grandfather's brother. And she has elected not to tell my grandfather about his brother's death while he's still in the state that he's in. And I just find it interesting because my grandma is mourning because she knows Uncle Paul very well. At the same time, she still has to put on this strong face for my grandfather so he has the best chance at recovery in the hospital. So I just find it interesting why different people deal with death. Like, for me, I've been blessed enough to have not had a close family member pass away yet, or a close friend pass away yet. I've been fortunate enough to not have gone through that. But I know people who've had close friends die, have people who they've considered their sisters pass away and die. And I've been to their funerals and to their services, and I always find myself like crying at these things. Not because like I knew them very well, but just the empathy I feel for the people that are around me. It's me sad to see people who I love this sad. And that's just the way like I just feel. That's the way I go about it. But if there's certain ways that you go through deaths in the family or losses in family, or ways that you speak with people who you know who have lost somebody to them that's important to them, like how do you go about it? How do you go about talking to them? How do you go about consulting them in a time that is honestly extremely difficult for them? Alright, that was all I was going to say. Normally I don't. It's a really serious video. I didn't really want to make a video like this, but I figured it's a video that most people can probably relate to, so that's why I made this video. Anyway, if you got something to say about it, let me know. If you want to say a quick prayer for my family, because especially my grandfather who's going through a tough time, my grandmother who's going through a very tough time, and the rest of the McGriff family down in South Carolina, which is where my Uncle Paul lived, say a quick prayer for them. His funeral service is in 2 days, so just say a quick prayer for them and like wish them the best. But until then, I'll see you guys later. You have a nice day.